Good evening, everyone. I'm Shannon Vickery. Thanks for joining us. For many of us, access to reliable transportation is more than a convenience. It's a necessity, but it's not a luxury everyone shares. Tonight on North Carolina Now, we'll introduce you to a group of volunteers who work to make sure families in crisis get the reliable transportation they need to move forward in their lives. A faith-based organization in Raleigh helps put people on the road to a better life, literally. Claire Monroe tells us more about Wheels for Hope.
I'm a graduate of Step Up. Actually, I just graduated in January. So it's kind of like a life skills program that helps people to become self-sufficient.
For Rakiba Bolton, part of becoming self-sufficient means having her own set of wheels.
I live really close to Wake Forest, which a lot of the transportation, the transit transportation, is not very reliable. They don't really go as far out as I live.
Bolton bought her new car from Wheels for Hope, a faith-based charity in Raleigh.
Wheels for Hope is an organization that takes in donated cars and fixes those cars up and matches them with families going through transition.
They have put their lives back together. They are getting help with budgeting, with housing, with many, many things, and they are getting jobs, getting their children back in their lives, getting themselves together, and moving forward.
Since 2000, Wheels for Hope has partnered with several Triangle area agencies to identify recipients who are ready to own a car.
What we do is find out what kind of car would be best for them. If they've got 5 children, they need a bigger car. If they're a single person, they'll need a smaller car.
The cars are donated. Volunteers check them out and fix them up. Wayne Liesegang is typically the first one behind the wheel.
We have a 3-page checklist, and as I'm driving, I'm making notes and checking things off and writing little things down. And we check to see how does it drive, how does it handle, is it tight and solid, is there any shake in the steering wheel?
Once the other volunteers read his report, they get to work.
We don't get inside the engine very much. We go in as far as maybe timing belts and chains, but we do just about anything on the outside. We don't do much with transmissions, and we don't do exhaust work. We hire out, but basically anything else on the suspension or chassis or steering, all sensors and interior problems, and there's just about anything else we can do.
Jim Arnold has worked with Wheels for Hope for 2 years. Like many of the other volunteers, he's tinkered with cars his whole life and believes this is a way his hobby can help.
Each day is a gift, and we need to spend our gifts well. And this is an opportunity for me to come and feel like I spent the day in a very good way.
Some donated cars don't qualify as Wheels for Hope program cars, either because they're in too much disrepair or they'd be too expensive for a recipient to maintain. So on Thursdays, Wheels for Hope becomes a used car lot, and they sell those cars to the general public.
When we retail them, the money goes to pay the rent on our building here, pay utilities, buy parts for the cars that we're working on.
Wheels for Hope is a licensed used auto dealer. It typically sells its retail cars for $500 to $2,500.
We put out some reasonably priced cars, and we tell the buyer exactly what we know about it, which maybe some other car dealers might not do.
We don't think the engine was very well maintained.
Buyers aren't the only ones who get a good deal. Wheels for Hope Director Pam Wilson says donors do too. Tax laws typically do not allow people to deduct fair market value for donated cars. They have to take less of a deduction, but that's not the case with Wheels for Hope.
There is an exception in the law for an organization like Wheels for Hope that uses the car to further its mission. So if people donate a car to us, if we use it down the critical pathway of matching it with the recipient, they can take fair market value. If we use it down the other critical pathway, which is to raise funds to support the ministry, they can take the sales price of the vehicle.
Pam Wilson hopes more people will donate their cars because there's a significant need for them.
We had a woman who told about having to cross Martin Luther King Boulevard one night. It was raining. She had 3 children, all under the age of 5, and she had to go get formula for the baby. It was raining. It was at night. She had to cross a major highway or leave them at home.
Some of our recipients would end up with a 2.5-hour bus ride each way, you know, with 3 transfers to drop off their kids and to get to work. There's a lot of social help available for education, health care, food, housing, stuff along that line. There's nothing for transportation, very little. And it's a huge gap, because to make a sustainable recovery from crisis, which, you know, most of our families have been in some form of crisis or another, you really need some transportation.
Wheels for Hope recipients buy the cars for $500 plus DMV fees, and each car has a limited warranty. What's unlimited are the good wishes that go along with it.
Volunteers, it's time for a blessing!
When the recipient comes and we do the paperwork and they get their plate and they're here to pick up their car, the volunteers will circle the car and link hands, and we'll say a prayer over the car. We'll thank God for the donor. We'll thank God for the volunteers that worked on it. We'll
here to give more and give more.
And we'll hope, you know, pray God's blessing on it.
So we just thank you for your precious servants who saw it in their hearts to give of their time, of their skills, and even of a car just to bless someone with it.
Most
Lord
exciting
Jesus,
of all is
that
to watch the recipients, because they are thrilled. Most of them talk about freedom. This gives me the freedom to go when I want to go, to take a better job, to live in a house that's not in a scary part of town. This gives me freedom to make some choices, and it's a joy to watch.
We have a good time and we're doing some good, and how do you beat that?
This is your hood release.
Okay.
After a quick introduction to her new car, Rakiba Bolton is ready to roll.
Coming in here today, I was like, wow, it's really official. Like, this is my car. So now I feel really happy, and that we prayed over the car. I feel like I can do it. This has like been a long time coming, and I'm really thankful.
Wheels for Hope is in need of more donated cars. To learn more about the agency and how you can donate a vehicle, just go online to wheels4hope.org or follow the web links icon on our website, unctv.org/ncnow.